All right, guys. So here's a game that nobody's paying attention to, but I've been paying attention to it because I was looking at VegasInsider.com and I was looking at the spreads. And this is one thing that I do too, guys. I can pay attention, to spreads, and I watch the changes occur when I get time to do so. And I noticed that Virginia Tech was favored by I think 7.5 points at home. And then, of course, I saw that Virginia beat Old Dominion last year. I looked at some highlights on YouTube. But then today, I saw that the spread went down to a 5.5. Now, it could be a setup where, they end up winning by 6 or something like that. But I said, no. I said, because usually in the past, when I've seen stuff like that, if a team is favored by 7.5 points at home and they drop down to a 5.5, that's pretty much like saying something. So I'm gonna leave a link on what they saying about it. And it's kind of interesting too, because this link, usually these guys, they spend like 10 minutes talking about one game. But this game, they only spend like almost 2 minutes, just 2 minutes talking about Old Dominion versus Virginia Tech. So this game is like flying way under the radar. Nobody's paying attention to this game, but I am. And I see Old Dominion with their quarterback possibly getting a win in this game. If not, the game being very close. But this is a sneaky one right here, guys. Once again, nobody's paying attention to it, and I'm gonna actually put Old Dominion on my ticket plus 5.5. Very sneaky pick. Okay. And once again, guys, that goes to I try to show the type of personality I have through my picks. I'm not always paying attention to what people think I'm paying attention to. I told y'all it's the same thing how I am in life. You want to figure a man out, watch the way he bets. You know what I'm saying? For real. But Old Dominion, nobody. I mean, who is thinking about going to the window on Saturday and taking Old Dominion? Not that many people. But let me see. I got like a minute and a half, guys. Got to make this stretch so this video don't be as short. But yeah, I've seen this in the past. Guys, I've been doing sports betting type stuff for about, let me see. I hit that ticket in Vegas. I've been doing this stuff for about 10 years. Off and on. Off and on. And what am I looking at right here? Yeah, off and on. And because of that $30,000 win I had in Vegas, I don't think I'll ever be down. Because I don't make that many bets to be losing like that. You know what I'm saying? But for my memory, a lot, some of the stuff I do is based on memory. Whenever I see a team that's supposed to be favored by a touchdown and it dropped down like that, like drastically like that, that usually spells trouble for that team that's favored, like big trouble. Seems to happen too on games. I see that happen too a lot with games where nobody's paying attention to. Sometimes Vegas can actually tip you off to what's going on, but you really gotta be paying attention to everything. Not just the thing that everybody else is paying attention to. And like I said, that's a component to my personality in real life. I'm not always paying attention to what everybody else is paying attention to. Sometimes my mind is on something totally else. But listening to the guy talk in the link that I'm gonna leave, he was saying that Virginia Tech got some problems, and it sounds like that, man. I mean, if you playing a night game, you dropping on the spread like that, yeah, that's not too good. So yeah, give me Old Dominion plus 5.5. So that'll be. I said I was only gonna do 8, but I was thinking in my mind, I said, no, I need to put 1 or 2 more. So I think I'm gonna leave it off at this Old Dominion being number 9. All right. Holler at y'all later.